Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we're going to meet a new lawyer, and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samalin. I'm the principal of Samalin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud lawyers who care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Diana Isyanova of Isyanova Law of Huntington Beach, California. And Diana is a business transaction attorney with deep experience helping small businesses and solopreneurs launch and scale their companies. So welcome, Diana.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So here's a question. What made you want to be a lawyer?
That's a good question. I've always been very curious and studious by nature. So after I finished my bachelor's in business economics, I knew I wanted to keep going further. But I wanted something that was intellectually challenging, creative, yet very practical and maybe commonsensical, if you will. So, and that's ultimately led me to law school.
So you were thinking this when you were in high school? That's a very circumspect and insightful kind of platform to have as a young woman. That's
not in high school. No, much later in life. Yes.
Gotcha. So what did you do between high school and law school?
Goodness. Well, first of all, I completed my education back in my country before I moved to the US. So I had a completely different vision for myself, what I wanted to do in life or what I could do in life. And once I moved to the United States, I was 19 years old. So I didn't speak English. I was not able to transfer any of my education from the other country to the United States. So I basically had to start from scratch. And I graduated late compared to my peers in law school, but I believe it was the right decision for me. And I am enjoying being a lawyer very, very much.
That's great. What's your favorite part about it?
Well, probably because I'm dealing with a lot of entrepreneurs and business-minded people, their passion and their light and energy is contagious. So whenever I speak to my client, I get energized because I share their drive to pursue their dream and build their business. That's the most rewarding part for me.
A little bit scary too, isn't it? Because sometimes, not all the stories end up okay, despite maybe great counsel from you. Like that's just the nature of a small business. What happens when that happens?
Well, and when that happens, we just have to deal with it. I tell to myself and to all of my clients, whatever happens in life, it's not the end of life, right? We'll figure it out. We'll find a way to deal with it, to improve, to solve it, to do whatever is necessary. Sometimes, unfortunately, yes, it means losing money or giving up something that they wanted to do but are not able to do. But it's just part of doing business. Business is a little bit of a gamble. You never know where it goes, how it goes, will it succeed? So it's a journey.
What was your favorite class in law school?
So in law school, I gravitated towards transactional classes. Contracts was one of my favorite. Commercial leasing was another. Estate planning was very, very. I was clicking in that class because that caught my interest, and it fascinated me that, creating something on paper, something that is basically an abstract concept, by by that abstract concept, you're able to wrap up all your assets that you've been working for and accumulating for your whole life and pass it on to your loved ones, to your family, or whoever, in the way that you want to pass it on.
That's perfect. And do you have a client story you want to share with us?
Sure. So since we're talking about lawyers who care, I was trying to come up with a story that kind of encompasses and shows how I approach my practice. And I've had many of those stories, but one that I would want to share was I had a client who is a brilliant businessman, right? In business, he's able to spot the opportunities. He is able to develop those important, valuable contacts, grow his business, hire employees, raise revenue. Everything was amazing. But when it comes to legal compliance and legal system in general in the US, he was like a blind kitten. He couldn't get even the basic understanding of like, what do I do next? What do I need to do? Where do I go? So, and this client at that time, he was involved in a small claim court. And in California, I'm not sure how it is in other states, but in California, in small claim courts, you cannot be represented by an attorney. You have to represent yourself. So I was not able to go and be there for him and argue his case. But I saw how torn he was and how uneasy he felt. So I decided to be there for him nonetheless. And I told him, I'll be there for you. I'll drive on my own time at my own expense, and I'll just be there in case, seeing a friendly face in the gallery would be helpful. So, and as a matter of fact, during that case, it was fascinating because in the middle, even though he had an interpreter who was translating for him just to make sure language is not a barrier, in the middle of presenting his arguments, he hesitated and he was like, can I consult my attorney? And the judge was very gracious, actually. She said, absolutely, go ahead. So we stepped out for a minute. He asked his question, I answered, and he went back. He prevailed in that case. It was ruled in his favor. And my reward was that I was there for him and he actually used my services. So it was useful to him for me to be there. And he's still my client to this day, even though it's been a number of years now.
That's great. By the way, everyone, my guest today is Diana Isyanova of Isyanova Law in Huntington Beach, California. Diana, can you provide our audience with your contact information?
Sure. I have my website at www.isyanovalaw.com. Our phone number is 949-878-5858. And my direct email is diana@isyanovalaw.com.
And Diana, if you were going to leave the audience with just one takeaway with how you practice or who you are as a lawyer, what would that be?
One tip would be, don't wait until a legal problem arises. Most business issues are preventable, and with the right structure, the right contracts, and guidance up front, the major issues could be avoided. And it's much less stressful, much less expensive to try and prevent those issues rather than wait until they happen and go and litigate them.
Wonderful. That's great advice. By the way, this has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And if you're an attorney or no one who does go above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us at 914-666-6600. Diana, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Andrew.